my thoughts on becoming a leader with Monet and Mike. Love Monet. Mike is cool. So, I mean, we'll see, like, where it goes. I mean, we're all leaders, so.
Hello.
Hey.
Hello, everyone.
That chat was a little more interesting because I had two of the leaders. Congrats.
Okay.
Yeah,
I won my round.
Dillion won
I
his.
won my round.
Oh, we got two of the leaders in the same chat now. That's
What?
interesting. I don't know what I'm gonna do, because I don't know most of the people, so if anyone here at all has an opinion of what I should do as the leader, please let me know. I'll take it to heart. Because I don't know.
I mean,
most of these
probably
people, so
save me
the
and
more
Kelsey,
information you
right?
Give me the better. I can
Yeah.
help.
I'll say go blue if you saved me.
wait,
I'll
so
hold you to that. I'll hold you to that.
I'm not too worried about DeLeon being a leader. I'm not too worried about me coming up out of his mouth. And then
Yeah.
you guys
So
go
strategy.
with
What are
me.
we doing, guys? We have two leaders here. What are we doing?
I mean, don't vote for me.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, same. I mean,
Sure.
I want to stay in the game.
I won't hold being a Sparty against you too much.
I'm telling you, I will
Q,
say it if
gotta
I
give
make it
you-
past
I
the
gotta give
point.
it to you, because in the podcast, you said nothing but good things about me. I mean, you did say I was petty, but I was.
That was
like,
funny.
I think
Look, I'm like, she is spot on. I'm like, where's the lie though? And they
Petty is
I
good.
love him though. But he's
Petty's
petty.
great. I love Petty.
So
I'm petty too.
Petty
I
is good
feel you.
TV. I'm petty too. Petty is good TV.
I think we're all here because we're petty.
Yeah, to a certain extent.
Exactly.
But I also want to say the podcast was based off of what I saw in that game, not
Yes. That
what
is
is in
something
this
I felt that I hope
petty
that
in
you
real
and
life,
Days
too.
wouldn't judge any of us based on that game. And like
Right.
have preconceived notions about how we would act in this game.
It's two totally different games,
Yeah.
so I don't even think that would be fair to do, you know?
Yeah.
I think Q was basically like, oh my goodness, you're a leader. Well, I hope nobody thinks that like me saying anything about you was like she was basically trying to frame it as like, I know you're a leader now and I know you saw that podcast with me saying something possibly horrible about you, so like don't use that to get me out of the game. But like, I'm not that petty, even though she called me petty and I could be petty, but I'm not gonna be that petty. I mean, well, we'll see.
I mean, I still think you're petty, Dalian, and I think that's going to carry out throughout the rest of the game,
That's fair.
but yeah, I'm not holding anyone to what I saw. Monet being a leader interests me because this is not the Monet that I've observed in Online Isolation. And I just think she's one of those players that has something to prove. And maybe she has something to prove against me and possibly Days, because we were the ones that kind of called her out in our podcast. So I feel like if my name comes up among the leaders, it will be because of her.
I feel like I already know who I'm sending.
Do you want to share with me and I can help you
No.
accomplish that goal? Well,
No.
if it comes down to a vote, don't you
No,
want
I
me on your
I
side?
want you to send the names from the heart.
Come on, man. Let me help
I
you
know,
out here.
I'm kidding. I have no clue who. There was Dot, there was Meg, there was Aspen was in our
Aspen.
last group. So I saw. Am I missing? I feel like I'm missing.
Fan guy.
Who
Fan
else was,
guy.
Oh, Fan Guy was also in our group. Oops.
And
who
Meg.
else was good at trivia in your guys' group?
Fan Guy and Treasure were really good.
Was one point
Mhm.
behind
Fan
me.
guy's smart, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's he's smart. See, the problem with me is if I put someone in an elimination challenge and they win, they're not gonna be happy with me, and then I have to face that.
Yeah. But I think you gotta pick someone.
I tried to be like, hey, we're two of the leaders. We could just take charge now, you know? And if we're the voting, then Monet's opinion isn't going to hurt us. And he didn't want to commit to that, which was a little disappointing because I kind of put the idea out there. All he had to do was kind of just like nod his head, even if he didn't really want to do that. So he wasn't really up to make a big statement this early, I guess, by ending up with me. Whatever, man.
So, Treasure, you're the only one here that really knows like the other two leaders. Do you have anything to share?
I do really like Aspen, but I'm very weary of her and her gameplay. I think she's a strong player, and I love Treasure. I'm hoping that Treasure can see that I'm trying to be genuine with her, and that she'll be somebody that I can get along with in the game.
Do they work well with each other, do you think? Like,
I haven't really seen Monet and Dylan really interact that much, but I would say they're both very understanding people, and they're both good at conversation.
Meg, I like Meg. Meg is pretty upfront. She's not afraid to ask hard questions. She's not afraid to be strategic. She's not afraid to talk a lot and let her opinion be known. Remind you of anyone?
who did you guys ask to talk to? If you want to share. You don't have to share.
I asked
I
to
don't
talk
care.
to Aspen and Monet.
That's funny because I asked to talk to you too, and honestly,
Yeah,
it's just
so-
because like I wanted to tell you how much I respected how you came back in and was like, just trying to put all that stuff behind us from game one and stuff.
Right,
I respect
exactly.
that,
Like, I haven't had any opportunity to speak with you since the game, really,
Yeah.
besides the reunion, and that I didn't really, congratulations, first of all. I feel like we got off on the wrong foot for sure.
Yeah.
Aspen wanted to talk to me, and I wanted to talk to Aspen. I think that's a good sign. I think that's a signal that we want to work together without... I was mildly overt about it, but I wasn't, like, that overt. So, I think I struck a fine balance there where no one's going to think Aspen's my number one, and Aspen hopefully got the message of me wanting to talk to her as a positive.
I'm willing to work with anyone this season, even the people I didn't
Is
like
everybody
from the
like
first season.
coming in fresh, or do you feel like you have
I'm
like
coming in fresh.
ties with like your season people?
I feel like we all coming in fresh. I feel pretty confident about the three leaders. I feel like Monet, I feel like we made a connection. I think that she likes me. So I don't think she'll try to throw me under the bus. And Mike too, like he kind of seemed like he gonna go for the people that he don't really know. But I think I got 2 out of 3, so that's a good bet. I'll take my chances on those two. You feel me? And if they spare me, then I'm gonna make sure they know that I'll look out for them whenever I get to the top, because I will be at the top one day. And if you need me to look out, you better say something now while I'm at the bottom. All right?
I like caught up on the 4 episodes that are out already, just because I knew I was like I might as well like
And it makes
watch.
sense.
I'm playing with you guys,
Yeah.
But you can tell that you are like 100% genuine in the way that you're playing.
Yeah,
and
like,
I like
I
super
feel-
respect that. You said something in this last episode that I was like, I really like her. I really like respected the way you were like coming about
Thanks.
things. Yeah.
Yeah, so... but
You're
as
like a
far
fave. You're my fave so far in that season.
Thank you. But yeah, like as far as that, like that's kind of really all I know. And like they do have a podcast where they do talk about all of us. So I know their thoughts about like the difference is like, okay, you watched the show. I mean, now you said that you like me, but like I know their thoughts about me, but I don't know how they're gonna like take that into account with the game. So I don't know.
I got no questions right. Nothing.
Really?
Yeah, it was awful.
Yeah, that was me.
I went for music because I know, I guess like pop culture, but I don't know like the year Taylor Swift put out her album. Like,
Oh, yeah, we had that question too. I'm just glad I didn't pick that category, which I knew I would have sucked at it.
And I mentioned something about one of the questions that I got in trivia, and he made the comment, "Oh yeah, that question came up in my group too." And I'm thinking, it wasn't your group. Do you not remember me? You just made no answer.
I don't plan to put any of you guys up if that's an option. If I can like veto, then I won't let you guys.
I think it's gonna
get
be
up
like
there.
a group decision between you, Monet, and whoever wins the other ones.
He is kind of the one that brought up this idea of an alliance. And I'm not gonna write anybody's name down. You're all safe with me. I'm gonna try to veto you if your names get brought up.
I really like this group based on the one person I know, and the first impressions I have. I really like you guys. You guys seem legit. I will do my best to, because I like you guys. I see potential with working with you guys. It's so early, it's hard to like say, but I see
Right.
potential. So as a leader, I'm gonna do my best to keep you guys around.
Not even 2 minutes later, everybody in that group, he's oh, I really like you guys. I'm not going to put your names out. And I'm sitting here thinking, you are promising safety to everybody, and I'm on to you, buddy. I'm not going to be vocal about it right now. I'm going to keep this to myself. I think other people will catch on.
Gosh, congrats on your win.
We're not worthy. Got
You're
the
hilarious.
champ right here on my
Yeah.
screen.
Stick with history, man, and like that's
Yeah,
it.
that's
Like,
what Mike did, and he won. He won our.
The history guru's taking it down. So, I found out Mike won the other challenge. Like that, like, you know, like okay, because like I feel like, and I haven't had a chance to see him in any chat yet, so I haven't had a chance to talk to him, haven't had a chance to make sure we're cool, and he goes and wins the other side, which him winning the other side of the challenge, first of all, that doesn't surprise me. As a matter of fact, you can quote me on this. If I go into an elimination and it's a team elimination and I have to have a teammate, give me Mike. The dude is good at a lot of these challenges.
So, how are you feeling being in like a leader role right off the bat? That's a lot of like pressure. I feel
mine
like
is honestly blown.
that's a hard spot to be in with so many people here.
Yeah, and then like the fact that I already have to choose people, and I'm just like, I just met them yesterday.
I know Aspen from a previous season we played together. I know she likes like reality shows. Do either of you guys like reality shows? Like, it's my point was I love that shit, but my point was like it's tough. It's always tough to be in power right off top because you don't like have a very good reason to like put anybody up. It's just like,
Yeah, but I feel like, I mean, if you're talking like Big Brother, right? I feel like it's good to get power in the beginning because you can really chalk up your votes to, I mean, I don't really know everybody, and this is just kind of my gut feeling, or this is what everybody wanted. You know, I feel like it's a good kind of like throwaway.
Yeah, how are you guys feeling? Like, who would be the people that you would choose?
Dude, I have no idea. I don't really know anybody.
That's what I literally don't even know all of the people that I could choose from.
Deleon's head I knew was in the game because, you know, I've had a little bit of exposure to him before. So I know he's a player and I know he's not afraid to call people out and make big moves. So it's very important around Deleon to tell the truth.
So I think like the rest of us are going to have to pick who we want first, and then you guys are going to have to pick who competes against them. So that might help once you see like who we choose.
That'll narrow it down. Like,
I'm excited to see who you all choose to go in.
I feel like it might not be a good idea to vote in somebody that we feel like is super strong or like a big threat right off the bat because they might come back. Like, it might be better to throw in like some people that we feel like might not be that strong in the game.
But who wouldn't be? Like, who do you think wouldn't
That's what I'm saying. I don't know who's strong and who's not because I don't know anything about you guys.
I really wanted to bite my tongue in that chat. I really wish I wouldn't have brought up the strategy of maybe putting weak players into the elimination right now because I feel like that could have come off as I'm playing hard and I'm already coming up with strategy, and I wish that I wouldn't have said that to Deleon, but I think I'm getting in my head because I still have PTSD from my last season, honestly.
So Meg is someone I can see myself working with. I really hope I get to chat with her soon.
But I really like Fanguy, and I don't know how I feel about going into an elimination. I honestly feel like at this point in the game, nobody really knows the best move to make, and we're trying to feel each other out right now.
So I got respect for Mike's game and definitely his challenge ability. I have mad respect for it. And so it doesn't surprise me that he won the other challenge, but it does scare me a little because We didn't have the best relationship on our season. It's my Austin connection.
Sweet. So we got.
Oh my God! Yeah, that's right, Katie. That's right. I remember.
I used to live in Round Rock,
What
man.
up?
Like I said, I spent a lot of time in Round Rock.
I said, all right, Texas boys. I know y'all from Texas, but I do not like Texas. As an Arkansas fan.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair.
I'm Louisiana, man. I was born on the bayou, but yeah, I lived in Texas my adult life.
Fan Guy and fucking Dot were just going on about being from Texas and Daze is from Arkansas.
Yeah, some big football rivalries there.
Well, like 3 decades ago.
Those types of just like, oh yeah, Austin, I'm not here for that. No, like, and then I think that me and Dot are the only people that are used to these 7 or 8 minute chats. So, you know, you spend fucking 4 minutes talking about Texas and we've already used half of our time.
Like, what do you guys
Q,
think?
are you more quiet than I thought? Are you a quiet one?
I am quiet.
Word?
We didn't link up till the later part of our season without giving spoiler alerts, but I actually am pretty quiet. Yeah.
Oh shit! Like
You
you
were-
were pretty quiet yesterday. And I was like, yo, like, is she okay? Is everything all right?
No, I'm quiet. You're just used to me blowing shit up all the time.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I
all
have
right,
that
cool.
other side of blowing shit up, so you know. I was very happy when the conversation veered to me. Dot was like, Q, you know, you're very quiet. He's like, I didn't know that about you. And once he turned it on to me, I used that as a great opportunity to turn it on to strategy. So I was like, yeah, so while I'm now in the conversation, what are we thinking?
I didn't have the best relationship with Mike on my season. So I'm actually a little scared for me and wait.
Well, let me.
Oh, it's all transposed. Okay, so it was good seeing Daze. It was finally good to get on camera with Daze, and he kind of threw me a few kudos here and there when we were talking about like me being trustworthy and shit. So I feel like he's got my back. I've got his back. That's kind of like we're on the level like that. The same way, kind of. I feel like I'm on the level with Aspen and Daze, both. We had great relationships before. I know when push comes to shove, we're all in it to win it. So I know either one of them could cut my throat. But based on how long we've gotten to know the rest of the people in the game, it's just we know we're on the level. So like,
Let me ask Dotton.
Yeah, this guy.
Dotton Q, what is your opinion on what Mike said when he said he didn't want to win? Did you believe?
Well, I had another chat with him, and he just kept doing the whole thing of like, oh, I didn't want to win, and like, what do you guys want to do? And it's like the first time he said it, I was like, oh, okay. But then he kept saying it, and he kept like proffering to the group, like, yeah, I'm open. What do you guys want to do? To the point of it feeling really insincere. So
Q don't like that. No, I feel that. I felt like Patty was doing that on our show. Like it's all like, oh, I'm not gonna win. I just want to like have some fun and shake shit up. And I was like, yeah, whatever. Everybody wants to win. Like we're here to win. Let's don't bullshit, man.
Mike is a.
I didn't hear Mike say that though.
Player. Mike is a game player first, but I'll say this: if I had to go into an elimination while it's teams, and I knew I was going in, there's nobody in this place that I know well enough to know that I would want on my side than Mike, because I know
I agree.
Mike to be here, and I know Mike is damn good at challenges.
That's one of those. That's one of those.
You know what I'm saying? So he is a super threat, but he's a threat that
we could use.
Timing is going to have to be very critical with that one, and like.
I feel like if anyone has any grudges from their seasons, it's Fan Guy, Dazed, and Mike. Even though Mike is pretending like he is fresh and clean, has no grievances, there's going to be something between the three of them.
You have myself, you have Dot, Q, Meg, and somebody else I'd like to drag into that alliance might be Fan Guy. He's also easy to talk to and pretty strategic, so I'd like to get something between 1, 2, 3, 4, the 5 of us? Yeah, I think that's right.
I mean, that's a smart group. That's a group that you want to be behind. You know, I at least at the beginning of the game, I want to partner with some of the best people. I mean, later in the game, there may be a threat, but we'll deal with that when we get there. You know, I'm not trying to be with no weak ass group.
And I was just saying, like Q, like you were saying, we never got to be on the same side in the last show. But I was like telling the crew, I was like, yo, I actually like Q a lot. Like I really like just like you're like straight up and you speak your mind. Like it's like no bullshit type stuff. I don't know. Like we we were on separate sides for so much of the game last time. But we're getting a lot more time to talk.
It's like me and Fanguy.
If there's one thing I can say to that is that we've shown each other that we have the ability to be loyal to someone that we trust.
Yeah, for real. Dude,
If we can bring that together, then there you go. I also finally got the chance to speak to Fanguy, and something about him just seems a little slimy. Seems a little off. I feel like if Fanguy even admitted that he, was duplicitous in his season.
I played somewhat of a duplicitous game, but I never lied to anyone my whole season. I straight up, I told
you need
everyone.
duplicitous players. You need that.
I told I never lied. Like if I told the people I told I was riding with, I was riding with.
Yeah, you didn't lie. I just got extremely confused at one point in the game.
Like
that was my fault. My paranoia got the best of me.
The whole group seems very strategic. I know Days is strategic. Q, I'm sure, Miss Beautiful Mind herself, she's strategic. And Dot comes off as very game, like very, very strategic. So this was a group I was happy to be in because the closest thing to, we didn't form an alliance, but we were kind of all at the end of the chat acknowledged that we had each other's back and that we weren't going to be voting for us.
Fanguy, though, I don't think that Fanguy would be loyal and ride or die to someone up until the very end. I feel like he is going to do whatever suits him the most in that moment. And I just don't see him having any loyalty to anyone except Fanguy. So I'm not interested in working with him.
It kind of looked like Monet might have separated the groups out by shows, and I'm not down with that.
So what'd y'all think of that challenge?
I liked it.
I know way less than I thought I knew.
I did good. I wish there was enough points to where I could have kept going.
I know. I even gave him my turn. I'm like, maybe Treasure could come through and take the win or something.
But like he had too many, yeah.
And then Treasure, I could work with Treasure. She's pretty cool. In all honesty, if somebody has to go in to the battle tomorrow, if I'm going to be thrown in as one of the leader's choices, I would prefer to go against her. I think that I might have a pretty good shot at beating her.
I do watch the podcast.
What's it called? What's it called?
It's just
podcast?
an Isolation Series podcast. Like it should be right after.
Treasure, I didn't say anything bad about you, did I?
You said you didn't like me at first, and I knew you didn't like me because you kept talking about me in the chat, in the live chats.
Hey, I changed my opinion though.
Yeah,
I changed my opinion. And Monet, you got to choose the challenge groups, correct? Can she hear me?
Well, your girl was glitching all over the place.
Monet, can you hear? Can you hear it?
All I heard, Monet, you got
so crucial. I want to know.
I don't know. She got us hanging on by like a thread.
Yeah, Monet. Why ain't you giving sports? What's up with that?
I know Days was in there. He asked me a question. I don't know what the question was because by that time I was here at home on my laptop and I was still glitching the fuck out. I don't know what's going on with my Wi-Fi, but that shit can't keep happening. Nuh-uh, that is not okay with me at all.
There's some folks in that 6-person chat that I'm worried about, mainly Monet. She did have some technical difficulties with her camera. That could have just been a show, but I straight up asked how she formed the two groups for the challenges, and that got ignored. It seems some others in that chat wanted to know also, mainly Dot.
I think her connection.
She's having internet problems, really unfortunately.
You don't act like she ain't hear us. Nope. And Aspen, how the plants doing? What's good with the plants?
Oh man, they doing awesome, bro. I gave them a feeding, and so they like that pretty much. This is my first time doing this, bro. So honestly, all of it is just kind of like trial and error. I was very intrigued that Dot, asked me about my plants. So I'm like, ooh, ding, a little light went off right there. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, all right, that's the one I need to get on my side. I need somebody from each game so I could be like in every single conversation. Because when you don't know what everybody's talking about, they probably talking about you.
There's people I haven't even had the chance to meet or talk to at all.
Yeah.
Right.
So like, am I just gonna pick them?
That's what I was saying. Are you more willing to go with people you just hadn't talked to that you hadn't got a feel
If
for?
there's people whose names I don't recognize at all, like it's gonna be hard to not want them up because I literally don't know who they are.
And with Mike, I'm intimidated by him because, like I said, he is mentally fucking there. So if you're mentally there, you could peep shit. So with Mike, I don't think I want to be either friend or foe with him. I think I just want to keep him at a distance because that's, for the game, it is scary. But on any regular day, I'd be like, okay, shit, tell me what you know about this. But in the game, I don't know. I'm just gonna sit back and see how he reacts to people. I'm gonna keep him at a distance.
So right now I'm looking at, I don't want to send Aspen or Meg or Treasure. I want to protect them if I can. I want to protect Dazed and Q. And everyone else I'm decently willing to sort of send to be nominated for the challenge. And if I get my way, I kind of want to send Fan Guy up in this elimination challenge. It's a head-to-head, so depending on who he faces, they could take Fan Guy out.
But congrats to Deleon, Mike, and Monet for being leaders this round. It's cool with me. So we'll see what happens with it.
I feel like I'm in a weird place because there are like 11 of us, right? And
Yeah.
I'm like, wrote down everybody's names, and I think I actually remember who everybody is finally. And I'm just I'm down with everybody. Like I don't dislike anybody. It's like too early,
Right.
So to vote somebody into like possible elimination, I'm just like I'm kind of I don't really have any direction right now.
He's a really cool guy. Good to know that like we're on the same page with things. Like everything's chill. So that was a good chat for me.
But you played with most of those people in the
Yeah.
previous game, right?
Mm-hmm.
So do you have any thoughts? Is there anybody you're leaning towards putting up for elimination?
I knew Flash and Leonard. Now they're out the game. So the last two people that I know is Kelsey and Deleon. And obviously, like, I like both of them too. And that's
Right.
like the issue that I'm having because it's like, what am I supposed to like based off like of what? Like eliminating people based off of what? But like, I mean, it still is a game. So I guess like as far as competitions,
Right.
who's like, I don't know, doing well. I don't know what people think about me either. So, like, and probably same for you because we haven't really got to say too much to everybody.
Yeah,
you know?
especially we haven't spent that much time. I mean, I get a good vibe from you so far. I feel like you're pretty genuine. I like that you're like in broadcast. That's the one thing I know about you so far. You're like in broadcast journalism. I think that's a really cool industry to be in.
I like her. I think I misheard somebody say that she's not trustworthy in like our first chat. So I really wanted to talk to her to see if that was true or not. And I just don't get that vibe. She seems to be pretty straightforward, pretty honest.
Oh!
Hi!
What up, fam?
Oh, my friend. Virtual hug.
They're only like the only duo. They're my only friend, man. Real shit.
I know.
So, like, man, I actually had to talk with Treasure right before this. But like, it was pretty nice. Everyone I talked to, I seem pretty nice so far. I don't dislike anybody yet, but I really want to play my cards a lot closer. Like, the only person I'm really gonna like give my real opinion to is you.
I was super excited to see him and get to talk to him and just solidify our partnership and our alliance to each other, which I already knew existed, but it was good to hear that come from him as well.
We've been on good vibes since like the very beginning of our first show, so I'm pretty much gonna ride with her to the end, protect her to the end. I can't think of any scenario on where I would turn on her.
No, same, and I think that's good. I feel the same exact way. I think me and as a player, and I plan to be kind of the same kind of player this time, except like you said, hold my cards closer. And I think it's good that we have one another that we can be 100% honest with about how we're feeling, and know that the other one's not going to go and like spread that around or put a target on us for that.
Yeah,
you know?
or even turn. Yeah, that's like the scariest thing is like taking your information and like turning against you with it.
Any like power in numbers or strategy or any votes that I'm gonna make, really, like I'm gonna align them with her.
I mean, like big personality players that I'm feeling are like Deleon, Michael, Fan Guy, and Dazed. I just like get the sense that they're competitors, and not saying that we should go against them, but I'm just gonna go ahead and say I think that they're gonna compete.
They're definitely competitors, but I think that Fan Guy at least is like a respectable competitor, at least like what I saw in their first season. And the conversations that I've had with him so far, I think that he aligns pretty well with the type of gameplay that you and I have. Aspen, I'm threatened by because she's super likable. She also won her season, so.
Oh, did she?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
One of my biggest targets is Mike, but I honestly feel like he's going to be other people's targets too, so I don't know if I want to get the blood for that one. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I feel the same way. I've been hearing a lot of stuff that he's like, he'll play the game hard, he's super competitive, he'll do what he needs to do to win.
Yeah,
he's
so
a winner.
When we were in our after trivia chat, he said, "Oh, like I'm gonna try to veto your names, da da da." And then I had another chat, and then I had a chat after that where he was back in with me again, and it was Aspen and Treasure. And I said, we were talking about the game, and I was like, "Oh yeah, I got like what year did Taylor Swift's album come out?" And he made a comment like, "Oh, that question was in our game too." And I was like, "Do you not remember that you played the game?"
Yeah, like how you gonna protect me and like you don't remember?
You don't even know exactly. And then he said the same thing again, like, "Well, I really like you guys, and I could see potential, like, you know, in the future with you guys. So I'm not gonna like throw your names out there." And I'm like, "I mean, then who are you gonna throw out? Because you've promised now to everybody."
Yeah.
So it was good to check in, just make sure that we were cruising in the right direction together.
When we were on the big group chat where it was like overwhelming and like 11 faces and stuff, I made a few comments about various reality shows that I love. And you were one of the very few people that I saw actually reacted like you knew what I was talking about. So Meg's a cool cat, man. Like Meg is a cool cat. So I was like, okay, she's a gamer. She clearly enjoys, you know, this kind of stuff. And those kind of people are typically pretty good strategists. I want to play this season with some people that I previously played with, but I want to play with new people too. And so when I saw that, I was like, I want to talk. This is why I want to talk to Meg. She looks like a gamer. So I immediately wanted to work with her. I felt like she and I both understand the framework of the game based on our love of reality TV. So I didn't waste much time whenever we got into that conversation. I was just like, bam. Hey, Meg, this is why I got a good vibe off of you, and this is what I'm thinking. Because with the amount of time we have on some of these chats, you don't have a lot of time. You have to go with your gut.
Like, who the fuck we supposed to send home? Like, I mean,
I feel like, honestly, look, I feel like Leonard was gonna be kind of the easy vote because he was checked out. He kind of wanted to go, and I heard multiple people say that. Like, we all want to play with people who want to be in the game,
right?
And he had kind of checked out. So personally, now that he's going,
now it's harder.
It's hard.
Yeah. Like, what are we supposed to base? Like, what? Like, there's nobody that I'm like, I want to get them out. Like, I don't know. So
I don't have time to get to know everybody. Like,
I know. Yeah.
Like 8 minutes. That goes.
Right. It's just a weird spot right now because we don't really know how to like base off our first eliminations.
Actually, it's only I think Days that I have not talked to since the first night.
How y'all feel about Days? Treasure, are you like, well, how y'all feel about him?
I don't know, like, because I don't really know much about Dazed. I only met him twice, and then I know that he has the podcast on us, so that's the only impression that I have of him. So it's like I would want to talk to him more because I only know just that part of him. So.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Who have you guys talked to the least? Actually, that's a good question.
For me, it's Dazed.
Dazed.
I haven't talked to Q at all. I ain't seen him.
I have avoided. They have kept me and Mike, who was my nemesis on my season. We haven't gotten to talk one time, and so I think I'm in trouble from the.
He's a leader.
Because he's a leader.
I think I'm in trouble from the leader group for sure.
I don't really feel like they are trying to give up none of their secrets, you know. I feel like Treasure and Kelsey, I mean, also Fan Guy, everybody just said they didn't know who they was voting for, and so that was kind of like, not super helpful.
I don't want to see none of y'all leave. I feel like we could play this shit for a minute and we could, you know, I feel like we could kind of go far. So I ain't trying to vote y'all out. I can honestly say that. You feel me?
Right.
Yeah, I'm not gonna vote for one of you.
I'm with you guys. I'm cool with, like, we can see how many chats we get together and how relationships develop, but it's early in the game, and I can definitely at this point just say, look, for this vote, I will not mess with you guys at all.
Yeah.
I told the people in that second chat flat out that I was not going to vote for them today. They all said the same thing to me.
Dazed, just so I could see what that question was, the one that I didn't hear.
So did I hear you correctly? You are a Gemini?
Yes, and are you a Scorpio?
I am. You want the rundown of my chart? Because I have a feeling you might know some stuff about that. I went into this chat with her wanting to build a connection, not just because she is a leader, but because I did like her on her first season.
Plus, Scorpios, y'all fucking hurt my feelings sometimes just because you're so fucking honest about how you feel. So there is nothing wrong with that because you're being authentic to yourself, which is more than what other people can say about themselves.
Hey, I'll say this though. Be good to me and I'll be loyal to you.
Scorpio energy.
He was like, okay, you keep it 100 with me, I'll keep it 100 with you. And I was like, okay, cool. Just because, shoot, I don't want to double cross someone like him.
Why did you want to talk to me?
Because yesterday on one of the broadcasts, I remember you asking me a question, but I was glitching the fuck out.
Oh yeah, I noticed. So yeah, that's why I wanted to talk to you also, because I did have a question for you, and that was basically just what was your reasoning for the breakdown of the challenge groups?
I know some people from my season, and others, they told me that they voted for me, so I was like, okay, let me take that into account as well. So I was very biased. The people who I didn't know very well and the people who didn't say out loud that they voted for me for the leader, I put them in the hardest group.
I wanted to talk to you because you seem upfront and strategic and smart. And those are all things that I want to work with.
Me and her could form a really strong duo if we stick together and work together. I think we could be a real force to be reckoned with. There's a high possibility our personalities are going to strongly clash, but I'm very willing to offer up the alliance, the friendship or whatever, and hope she takes me up on the offer.
What makes you feel that way?
We were in like a chat or two together, and that's just like the vibe I got. You were willing to ask people questions and everybody else like wasn't.
Yeah.
And I just appreciate that.
Mike claims that he wants to work with me in Aspen. I don't want to work with Mike, but I will let Mike think that I want to work with Mike, and I'm just going to keep my mouth shut and keep that moving, and I think that he's going to go ahead and dig his own grave, and I don't need to be any part of it, but if he wants to protect me, go for it, dude.
She didn't seem happy to be talking to me.
I like to, people, you'll know where my head is at. I am a very honest, upfront kind of person.
The same way. you'll know where my head is at, for better or for worse.
Like, she didn't seem to really give me anything back when I said we should work together. She just was like, yeah, sure.
Yeah, so how do you feel about, I guess, going into like your leader convo?
I feel okay. To be honest, I don't feel awesome about either of the other two leaders.
Okay.
So, like, I don't know. Maybe I'll feel better after we have to come to a decision. But I feel like if I try and push an agenda, they're gonna try like bowl over me, maybe. And I don't like Fan Guy. He was not nice to me during the season at all, and that cost me voting for him. And I was like the swing jury vote, so I've had no indication at all if he's bitter or not. So I'm just considering if the other two don't feel good about him or if his name comes up at all. I'm considering just making a preemptive strike on him.
I had a one-on-one with him earlier, and I mean, I don't really know how I feel about him yet. If I can take what he's saying as genuine or not.
Yeah. See, on the original thing, he tried to be everyone's best friend. You know, he really, except mine. Everyone else, like, he was the only person who he had Days in Infinity on one side, and he had Rochelle and Aspen on the other. So he played the middle, and no one else did that the whole season.
So how do you guys feel going into like a house vote?
Not good.
I'm more worried about the leaders choosing me to play in the elimination challenge.
Fan Guy said the same thing about himself.
Me and him have kind of a common enemy who is in the leaders at this point, and that is Mike.
So if you went in, if you think you're going to be the vote, then who do you think you want to see an elimination against?
I'm actually trying to ride with the survival folks, with the exception of possibly Mike. So my two other choices would have to be Kelsey or Treasure, just based on process of elimination. And I think I could possibly beat either of those in a competition.
And so the names that were floated around were Kelsey and Treasure. And I think the logic behind that was just that they seemed like they would be the easiest to beat in a challenge, which I think is a little faulty because we don't know how these online isolation players are in challenges.
Yeah, I mean, if I were in elimination, I would probably want to go against Kelsey, just based off of first impression.
They went to Ally right off the bat. They're already talking about how, Kelsey's coming after Days, so we should go after Kelsey. And, I don't know if she's after you, but I don't know if I'm looking to make any enemies with somebody I like already.
I know that we want to potentially work with all Survivor people, but I am thinking Aspen. And a part of that is just based off of who's reaching out to talk to me. And I've only consistently seen you three and maybe Kelsey. I have not had a single chat with Aspen, which makes me think, well, she doesn't want to work with me. Since we're an alliance, I decided to throw out Aspen's name. I haven't had a lot of interactions with her, and then observing her in her season, she's got an excellent social game. She's very under the radar, but also very friendly. Previous winner. I just feel like Kelsey and Treasure I really don't want to go for them right now. I would rather go for Aspen, but I will go with what the majority is going. But I'm just going to throw Aspen out there.
I think the four of us and Fan Guy, if we wanted to just go ahead and claim that majority right now, we could do that.
Seriously.
But is Aspen going to go, or is Fan Guy going to go Aspen?
Fan Guy's not going to vote Aspen. They were a final two alliance from the get-go in our season. Q, if you want, you could always vote for Aspen just as a throwaway vote, so that if who we choose to go into elimination, if they come back, they're not coming after you. I'm iffy on Aspen just personally, just because how good she is socially, but I don't see myself voting to go against her yet. Just because I do still have kind of a relationship with her from my season, and I don't want to break that tie just yet, for me personally.
Okay, we're going into this game with a clean slate, right? That's what everybody wants to do. You damn sure are trying to hold on to the previous connections. But you know, it is what it is. I felt like I owed it to them to be honest and say, well, I'm not on board with Kelsey. And they even suggested that I throw my vote. And I wasn't gonna do that if they didn't have the majority already.
We might need Aspen as a number right now in the beginning to help get rid of other people and keep us in the higher numbers. But I feel you, Q. You know, like I was in a group chat with her last night and she didn't say a whole lot. So I don't really have like any kind of relationship with her at this point.
If we have this alliance, I would prefer it if Fanguy was tangential to that.
Was what?
As in, we're the core, and then Fanguy is like, I'm not here for Fanguy. I'm just not.
Just use smaller words next time. I am.
Oh, okay.
Trans.
Yeah. I said tangential. So, like, he's kind of on the perimeter of the alliance. Apparently, Fanguy is also now in this alliance, but I said that I wanted Fanguy to be tangential to the alliance, meaning that he is on the outer boundary. If the alliance were a circle, Fanguy would be on the very edge, not at the epicenter. Makes sense? I don't think that's a big word.
I left my conversation with Fanguy feeling good. But then later when I talked to Q in the group chat, she mentioned that she kind of wanted him on the back burner. I feel like Fanguy plays very similar to me. And in that respect, I do feel like I could work with him to an extent in the game.
I don't have a good feeling about it. How do you guys feel about him?
I mean, I worked with Fanguy once we kind of merged, but we never got super close. So at the end of our game, I wasn't positive if he would actually take me to the final two. Like I wasn't 100% sure. Like I needed to win that challenge in order to get myself there.
Meg and I seem to be getting along. We have a connection with Fanguy. I think we both want to see him in the alliance with the rest of us. The only issue with that going forward at this point is that Q seems a bit worried about him. She mentioned that if we do bring him in, she wants to keep him at the bottom of the ladder.
Aspen, best. I think she's my I keep saying I like people a lot, but she's low-key like my favorite new person. I think she is my favorite person that I didn't know before the show started.
I don't know, man. I'm kind of like in the middle a little bit. Like that's why I was just like, you know what? Let me try to find somebody who I feel like I connect with. As soon as you ask me about the plants, I'm like, oh yeah, he gonna be my one, man.
Yeah, I was in a group chat with some people, and I don't know who you played with previously and who you feel tight with or whatnot. But rumblings I'm hearing is that people are gonna come after Kelsey. I think mainly because they think like if the leaders vote them into elimination, it wouldn't be that tough to take her out. So like kind of as a group, we were kind of like after all that conversation, we're like, all right, well, Kelsey is probably the biggest person that they can take out for that reason. If anybody puts us in elimination, I'm pretty sure that I could take her out and I'd stay in the game, right?
Yeah.
So like we were just saying like we have 4 votes, and Days was like, look, I like Aspen a lot. Like we connected a lot whenever we were playing. Like if we can get Aspen on our side and she can join our group, then we have a strong 5. That's majority. You know?
Okay.
That's 5 out of 8, and that's like all coming for Kelsey, and then like we just like that's done.
I'm liking this working with Dot and Meg and Days and Fanguy and Aspen to an extent, but that alliance is a little large for me. And if you watched my season, you would know I don't fuck with large alliances. Aspen's cool people.
Yeah, she's definitely cool people, but like I mean, her being the winner, I'm trying to be a winner, you know, like that's, you know, I know she's definitely competition. But I did talk to her about Kelsey, and she's just kind of like, yeah, I'm down for like, you know, the group vote. Like I just want to make my vote heard, and I'm not like I'm not gunning for anybody yet. I really like our 4-person group, you know. And like, so your thoughts on her, and if she can be, like, if she's gonna be close to us, like, it's gonna mean a lot to me.
I don't think tangential is a big word, but I just Fanguy and Aspen, I encourage you to also go back and watch their seasons because they are going to be for themselves at the end of the day. I know that previously he worked closely with Meg, so I don't know if that's his number 2. I don't know if we're all just kind of equidistant, but I think that we need to have some type of like hierarchy within this alliance because 6 is a big number if you take the 4 of us plus Fanguy and Aspen. 4 is a large number, and at some point, people are going to have to start turning on each other. Okay, so I'm gonna be honest with you.
Okay.
Your name did come up as a possible name.
Okay.
As did Treasure's. I told her that she was going to be tonight's target, probably. And I felt like I owed her that courtesy because, that's just the type of player that I am. I'm pretty honest with people. I didn't want to be in the chat and be like, yeah, I don't know who it is. And then like 7 people say your fucking name. And she's like, well, bitch, all 7 of y'all knew. So I was like, let me tell her straight up that it's probably going to be her.
Okay. Can you willingly tell me why?
I just think that well, if we have to go up against people to compete against, I think that you were perceived as like one of the people that would be easiest to go up against.
Okay.
So, which I mean, I don't know. I personally, I don't agree with that decision.
I was pleasantly surprised that Q told me that other people were talking about voting me for elimination because before the one-on-one, Q and I hadn't really talked that much, and it just showed me that she is someone who's going to be straight up, and I admire that quality in people, and I was definitely appreciative of her and her telling me.
I'm being myself completely. I'm not doing any of that bullshit I did in online isolation. I am done with that. That is one thing I wish I could take back, honestly, but I don't know. Sorry, my head is now just thinking about me going up against someone else.
Sorry, this is just like a really heavy chat, but
this is fine. I mean, I'm glad to know going into tonight that my name has been floating around.
And I'm only telling you because I don't want to write your name down, and I personally think there are other people that would be worth writing down. But it's also kind of like a majority thing where even if I don't want it, if the majority votes you, which no one mentioned any names, and it's like, I felt like you at least are deserving of that courtesy.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
I feel like I owed her that, but I'm not lying if I say it wasn't strategy, because it was also strategic, because I wanted Kelsey to know if she came back from the elimination group or whatever, I wanted her to know, like, bitch, I wasn't a part of this, so keep Q in your good graces, because I don't want no problems.
Well, I don't know where Aspen is. Hopefully she'll be here in a few minutes, but you guys have about 7 to 10 minutes to discuss tonight's vote because you will be voting publicly, so keep that in mind.
Great.
Spicy.
If Aspen's not here, she will get a penalty vote against her. Just keep that in mind.
I literally came to watch to see how you guys come up with the decision, so it can
Yeah, same here.
So I'll go ahead and start. Seems like I kind of have a target on my back already, based on some YouTube comments and whatnot. What's up with that? Anybody care to give me an explanation or share their thoughts on it?
Are you calling someone out?
No, I'm just seeing what everybody has to say. Do people not like my comments? Do they not like my commentary on the videos?
I think they're interesting.
I think it's important to come into this game and realize it's an entirely new game. I have been waiting for a chance to talk to my boy Mike, and we haven't been paired up in a chat yet.
That has not happened. I'm here. I'm pretty sure I'm allowed to talk.
And
anything you want to say?
I had been waiting for a chance to talk to you and see how much of our last season together you were going to bring into this game. I'll flat out tell you, I came into this game with a clean slate in terms of how I am perceiving the remainder of the field.
But also at the same time, for this first vote, we're not really going based off of mud. So like, I just hope nobody takes anything personal.
Yeah, seriously.
We don't really have much to go off of.
This first vote's really hard because there's no like justification really for it, I feel like.
I mean, that's all fine and dandy, but if I get thrown in, I'll be taking note of who votes for me. So if I get in power next time, I mean, there's no beating around that bush.
I mean, but that's a fact, right? Like anybody has to realize that before you throw somebody in, that if it's somebody you actually think might win competitions, you probably don't want to get on their bad side.
Hey, what were you gonna say, Delian?
Lisa, let me mute myself. I'm not part of it. It's just I get it.
Does anybody feel like they're in trouble of being voted in tonight, I guess?
Defend yourself now.
Right about the leader vote?
I think everyone should feel in trouble. Like, if you don't feel in trouble, like, what are you doing here, kind of? Like, you better feel in trouble.
There's a better question. Does anybody feel like they're not in trouble of being voted in by either group?
Just because this is the first vote and there's not much to go based off of, because there is a missing person, that's just why I don't know what to think right now, because I don't necessarily want to vote somebody just because they're not here, but at the same time, like, this game is face to face, like, about what we're saying to each other, and if they're not here to be able to have that input or say anything, that's kind of where
Days, how do you feel about that? We know how you feel about people missing things.
I mean, I had really negative things to say about Mike when he missed tribal council, so I mean, I'm not necessarily opposed to it.
Well, there must be a vote. Aspen isn't here, so there is one vote against her already.
I'll throw my vote to Kelsey.
I saw that coming.
Does anybody want to vote next?
I will.
Okay.
Okay, I'm voting for Aspen.
What if I don't want to vote?
The South vote.
What I'm feeling at this particular moment is totally different than what I thought I was going to come here feeling, because I thought we were going to have a complete group. And because I think Aspen didn't show up, it's like I don't want to penalize her for that. But at kind of echoing what Treasure said, we're here to do this. And I know on my season, the one night I missed, I thought cost me the game. I thought I was going to be voted out immediately because I missed the night.
Then Fan Guy gave a whole ass fucking soliloquy, okay, on how he just doesn't want to vote Aspen because we don't know what her life circumstances are. 6 minutes with this guy.
Your boy Stalin.
He goes on and on and on for like ever about, oh man, Aspen's not here, oh man. Like, bro.
I don't feel like I'm left with a choice but to vote for Aspen.
I'll go Aspen.
Aspen.
Nobody that agreed to vote Kelsey voted for Kelsey. So that kind of worries me. In that moment, I was like, oh shit. I'm in this group that I thought I was forming an alliance with, and they're all turning on me.
You know what? I'm just gonna throw it back at Days, only for the fact that you voted for me, not anything about you, just because you voted for me. I'll just give
love
one back.
rivalries.
All right, well, I guess it's Aspen then. Shit.
Voting today put me in a weird spot because I did kind of say, like, I feel like I'm just gonna vote for Aspen because, not gonna lie, I'm gonna be honest, like, I took the easy way out.
So it just only made strategic sense to use Aspen as a cop-out.
It was a good move on everybody else's part. I don't fault them for it. I just kind of wish they would have went after Kelsey because I think Kelsey's going to be an easy win in a challenge if I happen to get tossed in there.
I knew everybody was going to vote for me once I missed the challenge. I know that that's something that'll sink your game fast. It happened to me last year. I didn't mean to do it. Honestly, the time just got away from me.
Okay, first of all, I don't understand what the whole, like, oh, I'm, like, super indecisive. Like, I would have just said a name and, like, called it a life.
Bro, that man had to take 30 minutes to explain his case.
Yeah, who, fan guy, right?
Yeah, and he also was like, hey, Mike, I want to talk to you in front of everybody.
I wanted to
He
pop
put
in
me
and
on
be
the
like, remember,
spot.
this is not about, like, your last game. This is about y'all making a decision. So,
He put
like,
me-
cut
I
it
know.
short.
He-
Who are you thinking, Mike?
Look, honestly, I was thinking fan guy, and
I
then
knew
he
you
said,
were thinking fan guy.
we're
Go on.
cool, and like, we're cool, man, right? And he puts me on the spot, so now if I put him up, I'm the asshole. But like, bro.
I mean, no, it's fine. We have to pick people. Each of us want to just nominate one person. I
Just watch.
want to nominate Dazed. And I'm
To
gonna
be
do it
honest,
for the simple fact that in the last chat, if you paid attention, he called out Kelsey, but he didn't call out Kelsey. Like, did you peep that? I didn't like that.
Would you like to explain?
If so, he's like, oh, like there's a target on my back and blah blah blah. Like, you knew that something was said about you about a certain person, and I'm like, when has this happened? Because like it's been what, 2 days?
Yeah, I was actually in a chat with Kelsey.
So were they talking about the podcast?
No, Kelsey was specifically talking about a comment that was made on one of our episodes.
I will say, I'm hesitant to nominate Dazed because we had beef on our original season, and he came out in the chat saying if we put him up, that he is going to come for us, and man,
Okay, listen,
he's gonna come for me, and he's not gonna come for you.
Listen, Mike, that don't scare me, and I'm gonna tell you why. Anybody we put up is gonna come after us.
He's kissing ass with Dazed because whenever DeLeon chose Dazed, of course it was just a whim. It was just a thought. He was like, maybe I should choose Dazed. And then Mike, he flipped. He was like, wait, no. Are you sure you want to go Dazed? You don't want to choose anybody else? Because I don't want to get on Dazed's bad side because he's going to come for me. And I'm like, DeLeon, you gotta keep fucking Dazed, because if Mike has this big of a reaction over it, I'm like, oh god.
Yeah, but
does not
Dazed is
scare
a
me
crazy
in the
person.
slightest.
Other people
He
might get
doesn't
over
scare
it.
me in the slightest.
I'm not necessarily afraid.
And then the
but,
thing is, you already chose fan guy. I'm picking.
but this is a discussion, man. This isn't a I'm locked into my pick.
But I'm choosing.
All right.
We agreed that each of us would choose one person. I allowed him to choose fan guy. I said nothing about it. I'm like, I don't care. You choose him. As soon as I chose Dazed, it's like what I say goes out the window. He even told Monet majority rules. We don't have to pick him. Like, are you serious? We're literally sitting in the same seat, sir. You don't get to take my power and give it to somebody else. Like, that's just mad disrespectful.
I'm not scared of him. I'm just simply trying.
Like you something.
If we put him up to nominate him, can we not vote him into the challenge? Is that a fair compromise?
I'm gonna vote for who I vote for.
Mike, wow. What is it about Dazed that just has him so scared?
I'm simply saying what this is gonna look like, because I know how this man operates, man. And I don't want to have him after me with the fury of 1,000 fucking suns, because I had to put up with that for a whole season. I don't
Okay,
want to do
well,
it
why
again.
don't you just go after him instead?
Because I want it to be
the
different.
Predator instead of being the prey. It's like you're sitting here waiting for him to hunt you when you could be hunting him instead.
They're so insufferable, especially DeLeon is just so insufferable.
Yeah, him and Dazed, I don't know what it is. He's like, I want to be on his good side. And I'm like, why are you trying to be friends with somebody? It's a game. But like now, I have to keep an eye out for Mike. Like now he's one of the first people I'm going to have to get out of this game. Because like that's just wild.
Okay, if you don't want Kelsey and Dazed down there, who are your alternatives, Mike?
No, I want those two down. I don't want Days. I could give a crap less about Kelsey.
Okay, well, why don't you want... Okay, I don't understand why you want to keep him in the game.
Because I'm gonna get blamed. No matter what the truth is, I'm gonna get blamed. If he could be sitting in the audience watching this, I would be blamed, but he's gonna blame me, and I just don't want to deal with another season of his shit.
I don't like that you're. I don't know. I feel like you're acting
Hold
like
on.
you're afraid of him or something.
He is confusing as fuck. He is defensive as fuck for no reason.
But why are we even nominating someone that's gonna be pissed about being nominated if we're not gonna send him in?
The drama. He did also. I was told that like this is a brand new game, and people are coming with clean slates.
Man, that's what everyone fucking says. That is so far
Yeah, it's
from
a
the
whole
fucking
lot
truth.
of lying going on.
Man, I'm not fucking coming in with a clean slate, clearly. I'm trying look, you can't. I know these people. I know how they operate. So I'm
Cause
fucking
like
basing it off that.
Kelsey. I love Kelsey,
Same.
but it's a game. So I mean, hey.
Now, if you love her so much, take her off the block.
No.
Okay, then you don't like her that much.
This is a game. You can't put up
When
a
I
front.
say that I chose him, you can express how you didn't want to choose him as much as you want.
Yeah.
I'll be doing that, man. I don't need your fucking permission.
Definitely. I mean, clearly you don't need my permission to grovel, but I mean, if that's what you want to do.
Grovel?
Well, what do you call it?
Oh my god. I've never fucking groveled in my life, and I'm not about to start now.
Well, I mean, I guess if you don't say anything, you won't grovel. But I mean,
It went wrong because DeLeon is a stubborn asshole who wants to do things just to be petty and cause drama.
Dazed and Kelsey because there was the drama. And we just wanted the drama aspect. So we picked Dazed and Kelsey. And then Fan Guy got picked because Mike really wanted him to be picked. Which is funny because, like, I also want to see him go.
Now here's my issue with Mike nominating me. Okay, Mike, Mr. Optimal Player, Mike. Let me tell you what's wrong with your optimal game and your theory crafting. And it's not just because you nominated me. It's because you had the perfect reason to nominate me and still not make it seem like you were being an emotional little baby.
I have squashed my previous ties from my season, and then I am trying to play this game with a clean slate. So, if anything, I think me voting one of the people that I legitimately actually, and you could probably read it on my face, that I genuinely have had contact with and I like a lot, and I voted them because I'm truly ready to leave previous behind and play this game going forward.
So, I think Mike, for as smart as he is, was an idiot. Not for voting me, but for the reason he gave, which was our past. Because you just messed up, son. Because now everybody knows you're emotional. Everybody knows you're exactly what we painted you out to be. I legit was coming in with a clean slate with the kid, and he wants to do that.
Hold up, Mike. You said that you are at no obligation to squash your beef with anyone. So why do you want Days to be on your good side? Why are you
right? What is
why him specifically?
He's probably scared because he told me to fuck off of my cat too. So rest in peace, Stubbs. Sorry you're gone, but I'm not holding that against him. But yeah, he's probably worried I'm coming after him. But I'm
not worried you're coming after me. I just wanted to say my piece that I don't agree with this decision.
You're good. You're good. He's gonna come after me. It doesn't matter.
No, I don't give a fuck, man.
Man, they lost it, man. Mike lost it, and Fan Guy lost it, and then DeLeon got involved, and he lost it.
It's ridiculous. Like, I guess public opinion's against me again because I've never played a game like that before. Whatever. I just guess people just don't like me. That's fine. I was just trying to protect Days because I was trying to be loyal to my alliance of people who were put in the bad trivia group. So I was trying to stick up for those people. And I guess it went the wrong way because they thought I was afraid of Dazed. Afraid of Dazed? Come on. I beat him in plenty of challenges before, and I will do it again if I have to.
I beat Dazed in challenges before, and I'll do it again. That's not what this is about. It was about you pushing a transparent agenda, and you're just like coming out here thinking you can just maneuver your way into the third position and then reveal what you want to do.
Can I ask you a question? When I said another name, I literally was just like, why not Days? And the fact that he was so obsessed and so adamant at not picking Days, I was like, you know what, I'm gonna stick with it.
DeLeon voted for Days, and that just all hell broke loose between DeLeon and Mike. And if I had to sum it up, petty. Okay, two cancers arguing is petty all the time.
You came out there, you went out there, and you started listing off every reason. I sat in silence for like a minute deciding if I wanted to stick my neck out for someone or not. I sat there silently because I needed time to roll over every possibility.
Wait, can
It
I?
doesn't
can I
have to be optimal, but if that's the only reason, that's just not a great reason.
You can't talk, Treasure. I ain't gonna let you say nothing.
So you don't like it because we're not playing the way that you want to play?
No, that's not it. If your only reasoning is you want to cause shit, I'm gonna throw shit at you too. Why don't we get it all started?
But yet you voted me in from pure emotions. So
Thank you.
What do
Case in point.
Treasure, what were you gonna say?
It was not pure emotions. It was
2
logical.
+ 2 is 5 to you, sir.
It was
logical. How is it logical? You know I'm good at challenges. You know if I win, I'm not
You
going to
see
say
someone throw like their BFF coming in here, you know they'll throw you out under the bus the second they get the
No,
opportunity.
everybody said that they wiped their slates clean, so there were no
You can say one thing and mean another. It's called lying.
The opposite.
Can I add something?
Yes, please.
Okay, I'm just gonna say in Fanguy's defense, he really did say that he didn't want to vote for Aspen. Like, I will say, Aspen, like, I did volunteer you first because you happened to not be here. I'm not gonna lie, it was just the easy way out because you are a cool person, but that's what happened. It wasn't like him saying, like, I will say, Mike, like, you're BFF, like, nobody has BFFs in this game, like, it's a new game.
Today's just a lot of drama. I was just trying to get a little bit of words in just because I felt like Fanguy was being a little bit attacked by Mike for something that he didn't really say because I was the one who chose Aspen, so I felt like I needed to say, like, look, like, I said it first. Like,
Aspen's nodding because Aspen knows I love her to death, and she knows she missed. And when I missed nights of our game, I thought it could cost me. If I missed the night, I knew I had a chance to go, and that's just how this kind of thing works.
Yeah, and maybe I just didn't want to set the precedent of you miss a single night, your game's over.
But her game's not over.
Is that?
And y'all know that's how
I know.
In the first game, and I had to come back and cut some throats. So it is what it is, bro.
That's what I'm saying. Only one of us gets to win, so I don't understand the reasoning why you would want to take your friends to the top anyway. So
I don't have any friends. These people don't
I
like
was
me.
not directing that at you, but if the shoe fits, go ahead and run in it.
I am very observant. They will see as the longer this game goes on that I am a very observant person. I just keep that to myself. So
You know what's so funny?
Really
Had he not disagreed with like such passion.
Man, that's such
Like,
bullshit.
when
I sat there silently.
I'm gonna try my best to keep Days around whether he likes me or not, which he doesn't. But I'm gonna be the bigger person. And I'm going to try my best to protect Days just because I know how he operates.
Can I speak up for a second?
Yes.
DeLeon.
Yes.
Besides Mike and whatever the fuck he's doing over there, just quickly, what was your reasoning for voting me?
Well, one of my big reasons is you're smart. You know, we got to get the people who are gonna play the game like real good out as easily.
Maybe I want
to. Mike, shut up. Jeez.
When Dazed told Mike to shut up, everybody felt that, and he shut up. I was like,
basically all of season 1 collapsed. They just any of their clean slate and no grievances, that shit is gone.
Season 1 of Online Survival has imploded so bad because once again everyone is against me. Aspen is on the block no matter what, and chances are pretty damn good it's either Dazed if they want to spite me, or Fanguy if they want to keep with their original word that it's Fanguy. someone from Online Survival is probably going to be the first person going home. I don't see Kelsey getting put up.
I think we kind of knew it was going to happen anyways, because I think none of them got over what happened in their first season. Are you kidding me? 2 Scorpios and a Cancer getting over something? No, they're taking that shit to the grave, okay? Mike will be 72 and still have Dazed in his fucking mouth, all right? And I believe that.
I'd say, Mike, you are probably a threat for all of us because you are wishy-washy as fuck.
What about me's been wishy-washy? I'm the one sticking by
Everything has been wishy-washy with you.
I'm gonna do my best to make the people who piss me off the most go home.
I look forward to arguing with each and every one of you. Mike, don't get me started because I just got finished, okay?
Really don't sound very finished to me.
I'm finished.
You don't sound very finished to me.
I mean, it's fine. That's
You
your
keep having to say the last word. Just don't have the last word.
Nah, I'm good.
Look,
I got
last
11
word.
siblings
There it
and
is.
I think right now, yes, we're sitting back and looking pretty. We are in a solid place right now in the game to take ourselves a little bit further.
Okay, anybody else have anything to say?
I think we need.
I
I think we need some group counseling as a whole. I think we just need to.
Are y'all gonna pick?
I'm gonna hit up some local therapists, and we're gonna get this. We're gonna get this resolved. All of us.
So Aspen, who are you hoping that they vote in?
I don't know. You know, I don't really have no, no specific person picked out. But I just feel like, and I don't know what happened, but I definitely feel like it's gonna be probably Fan Guy.
Like, you don't have to say who, but did you think about who you were gonna choose yet, or no?
Depending on what the challenge is, like I need to know what it is to feel like I'll be confident in picking somebody. But
They didn't tell you what type of challenge it is yet?
nah, he just said we gonna need paper and a pencil. So I'm like,
I think it's going to be Pictionary.
Right.
really?
How do you know?
That's interesting.
Because that's what we needed in our season, paper and pencil.
Oh, okay.
I'm not using my head enough.
Who won Pictionary in our season, Meg?
Right? Yeah. I remember that.
I'm so messy. I could have just said Meg won Pictionary, but I wanted her to say
Am I supposed to sell myself to you guys? I wasn't really sure coming in.
Oh, how do you feel? Do you think you should sell yourself to us?
I don't know. I mean, if you guys do end up picking me, I will. I love Aspen, but I will fight for my place in the game. And just because I like Aspen doesn't mean, yeah.
I just wanted to make you a nominee just for the tea.
I respect that.
I want to clear this up. There's been a lot of talk of me working with Mike. I have no idea where that's coming from. I have legit not talked to Mike since our reunion, except for one time, and that's to ask him if he wanted to join our Big Brother podcast. DeLeon, Monet, you two are absolutely not one of my targets. Obviously, I voted Kelsey in the nomination ceremony, so I'm not coming after you at all. So I don't see there being a reason to put me in. I mean, I think y'all can get the gist of that. At this moment in the game, I have no ride or die. I am legit on my own. I'm searching for somebody to play with me. I'm a loyal player. I did not stray from Infinity in my first season, even when my game was at risk. I'm in everybody's mouth. Like, I get it. I know I taste good, but come on. So y'all should keep that in mind. If y'all keep me out of elimination and keep me in the game going forward, everybody's coming after me before they come after you.
Most of what I'm saying in this is going to be directed towards Monet and DeLeon, because I believe Mike came in last night with a total, obviously with the way he went, he kind of showed that he's coming in with a little bit of baggage from our previous game, and that he's letting it affect his play this game.
I mean, I said my vote today's up in the air, so maybe you should try to address something.
You kind of showed through your actions last night that it wasn't, because your only justification for nominating me was that our previous.
I'll read my book.
So, I'll tell you this. Preseason, when they asked me who I could work with this season, I ranked people from our season. You were not at the bottom of my list. My only thing about working with you this season was I wasn't sure how much emotion you were going to bring from last season into this one. I take a lot of issue with a lot of the stuff Mike said last night because I feel like my actions yesterday showed a lot of integrity. And he was like bashing me for throwing Aspen under the bus, but the fact was I don't have a reason to throw anybody's name under the bus right now. Really. The only person I've really been able to talk strategy was I'll straight up, this is a game of information. I'll give y'all information because y'all are in power. I ain't tripping. I'm not going to tell y'all who I chose for my one-on-one because I don't trust that one. I would tell either of you independently of him. Because I think it's a game where you share information. I think if either of y'all are working with him and y'all already have your mind made up to throw me in, the mistake for multiple reasons. I'm the best competitor.
Fan guy, you want me to take these headphones off?
I don't. You
I'll
can.
take these headphones
Because
off.
because I don't
Tell
think
these
your
people
vote
whatever
matters
you
tonight.
want.
I don't think your vote matters. Go ahead. I really don't. I don't think your vote matters because if y'all are working with him, y'all are making a huge mistake. This guy can't be trusted. You could ask anybody from my seat. He plays really hard, really fast. He'll stab you in the back. I'm going to stab you in the front. You can ask anybody that. I voted for Aspen last night, and she doesn't have bad feelings about me. Like, I'm straight up. This dude is a fucking snake. Period. He is a snake.
We all had to make a decision, or we all have to make a decision because we haven't. We have to make it here.
Obviously, I came in here with past experiences and opinions. I watched my first season back with my boyfriend, who, believe it or not, I met in a game much like this. And the whole time he went on and on about how absolutely awful Fan Guy was and how he couldn't stand him. So, quite simply, I'm voting for Fan Guy and I'm bringing it in because my boyfriend doesn't like you. I'm petty like that. Live with it.
I respect that. I told you I respect that. I ain't got no beef about it. You feel how you feel.
Okay, I told all of the nominees that I didn't want Kelsey to be eliminated. And just so all of you know, I am coming in this game very biased. I can respect those of you who are coming in here with a clean slate, but I am not. I already like some people from my season, and I already like some people from here after getting to know you. With that being said, I am voting for Fan Guy as well.
Oh, mine doesn't matter. It's cool.
It matters to me.
I'm gonna vote because I want y'all to hear it. So my vote also goes to Fan Guy, and I have to say, number one is because you almost beat me when we were in trivia. So I'm gonna need to, like, if it were, honestly, if, like, let's just say, who was it? You, Treasure, and I at the top. But like Treasure's my girl from last season. Kind of like Monet was saying, like, I like Treasure. So if it was like between Treasure and you,
I would think that's the kind of person you don't want possibly winning a challenge and coming back after.
You can come back after me, but the thing is, I beat you. So remember that.
And if you think you're going to beat me every challenge, if you think you're going to beat me every challenge and be in power every week, you're sorely mistaken.
Kick his ass, Aspen. I'll take bets. I got $10 on Aspen.
Well, there will be more players in this, however, so they both have to pick a partner. Aspen was nominated first. Aspen, you get to pick the first partner. Which partner are you going to choose?
All right, I know who I want to pick. Meg. Done. Me? Yeah.
Got him.
Okay.
Choice.
Does anyone want to go with me against Mike?
You're not facing me. Oh.
No, I'm just probing for general interest. I guess my most logical, I kind of want to go with Treasure, but I don't know how she feels about me because she kind of stuck up for me yesterday, which I appreciated. And I know I'm just going to go with Treasure because she didn't hang me on an island yesterday. So I'm going to go Treasure.
I will say, Mike, DeLeon, and Monet, thank you for not throwing me in there. I appreciate it.
Dazed, can I ask you why you voted for me yesterday?
I thought I was pretty clear on that there are words being said that I'm a target for possibly you and Treasure based off of comments I've made on YouTube videos and in the podcast.
All right, homeboy, you put me in this spot to start with, so let's not talk about who's being petty.
And I sure hope you never get out of it.
And you know what? If I do, everyone knows who I'm coming for, so it really doesn't make. I don't give a what you have to say about it.
Yeah, I'm also definitely.
You're a
not
snake.
scared.
Ask anybody, including the person I voted in last night.
Pretty
which one of
open
us
about
is
going
snake.
for you the whole time.
For this challenge, the partners will have categories to choose from, and as the game goes on, the categories will get harder. Each correct answer is worth 1 point, and there will be rounds later in this challenge where teams can steal a point. If Aspen's team loses, she's out. If Fanguy's team loses, he's out.
I was super disappointed to hear that they picked Fangui, bro. Like, I don't know, it just felt like they were trying to pit us against each other, you know, like the top two from the first game ever. They like, let's get them out.
Let's do animals, please.
Okay.
This is so bad.
Giraffe.
I'm gonna show you, and I'm gonna keep drawing stuff. So.
Okay. Keep going, please. An ant, a bug, is it?
No.
A caterpillar, something that's a sad panda? Panda?
No.
A woodpecker, a bat. Oh. Okay, so something in water, a polar bear. An angry bird. It looks like it's jumping into the water. It's something, a pelican. Is this an animal I've never heard of? A frog. It's a damn frog.
Correct. With 8 seconds to spare, you get.
I'm so sorry.
No, you're good.
All right, let's try objects. Computer, laptop.
Correct. It is indeed a laptop.
She's a good drawer.
I know, and I'm not. I was thinking, I was like, Treasure, it's good, girl. I draw just like you. Like. Let's do actions.
Greeting, clapping, meeting, handshaking, going to school, going to work, getting ready, morning routine, breakfast, basketball, making waffles, playing sports, playing basketball, playing tennis,
Little over a minute left.
squatting, flying, playing games, playing, holding hands, ringing around the rosy, dancing.
Yes.
Got it. Get your 2 points.
This is places, right?
Yes.
The Eiffel Tower. Paris. Paris,
Correct.
France.
That was a quick one. Well, we're entering the second half of this challenge where the things get harder and somebody from the team can still.
I don't know. I want to say songs, but then I did terrible at the music thing.
Let's do food.
Pie. Apple pie. Strawberry pie.
Hot pie.
Shepherd's pie.
Cherry pie.
Aspen got the point.
Good job.
Takes
You walk with that kissing, bro. Man, Treasure cannot draw. So
The shade of it all.
You're not even wrong though. It's okay.
Meg, oh man, oh god, that's hard. All right, I'll do it.
I feel like you should draw.
Okay, I'll draw. Are any of those categories like? Are you a sports person or anything? Like,
I mean, I do know a lot of sports teams.
So you're familiar with all the basic sports teams logos and stuff?
Yeah.
I don't. Oh, this is loaded. I don't even think.
Not a confident look.
I don't think either of you have even heard of this. I don't know if I could say that, but
Foosball, volleyball.
It's
Switzerland. Football.
Spain, Barcelona, Spain, Madrid,
Shotgun.
Real Madrid, Barcelona,
Indonesia.
the Conquistadors. I don't know.
Shotgun. Smith and Wesson.
This was a hard one. You're almost out of time. You know your Spain soccer teams, but not English treasure. It was Arsenal. Who was it?
Wait, it was what?
Arsenal FC.
like the only thing I could do is do like an arsenal of guns. Like,
Right.
I'm gonna try to steal. I'm gonna go with like Aspen. I'm just gonna leave that pressure on myself.
Do you know movies very well?
Yeah.
I'm gonna draw the same exact picture. All right, ready?
Yeah.
Okay.
American Pie. Passion of the Christ. The Seventh Sign.
Cross plus baby.
Knocked Up.
Knocked Up. No. Guy Cross man.
I'm dying that Megan's related to the same thing.
The guy gets the girl. Juno.
Knocked Up.
I did have to draw The Godfather again, and I literally was having like traumatic flashbacks from last season when I had to do it, and I drew the same exact picture, and I don't understand how people couldn't get that right away, because to me it just makes the most sense.
I swear to God. Come on, you guys.
Cross couple.
Oh man.
This is like the easiest thing to figure out.
Crossman.
Heavenly Father. Father of the Christ.
Godfather.
Correct. Bad guy gets the point to tie up the game.
Here we are again, my friend. Do you want me to draw again? Yeah, I'll try to draw it. Sure. Aspen's a DJ, so I'm a little nervous about the songs, but we got to get it out of the way anyway. So if you like songs, let's do songs. Tight.
Yeah.
Let's do songs. All right. You ready, Treasure?
Rainbow.
The Neighborhood. Take Me to Church.
House
Old Town Road.
Oh my.
Correct. Treasure gets the point.
That's my girl. That's my girl.
Of course you would guess that. Of course.
I'm really good at songs.
Either nobody has to get this, or Megan Aspen has to get this, or Fan Guy wins. So
Let's do TV shows.
Good luck to both of you.
Yeah, for sure. Whatever happens.
You know, Aspen, I love you either way.
Yeah, for sure.
You already know it. The Golden Girls. Back to Happy Days. Saved by the Bell.
Vampire Diaries.
correct. We are tied up.
Is this the last
This
question?
is the last question. Unless nobody gets this and there's a tie, if that happens, both teams draw and both teams guess that.
Do you know either of these, Chester? Like, do you feel good about either of these?
Do fictional characters. I don't read books.
If that's the case, I'm gonna. Okay, so here's my strategy and thought on this. I don't know if we're gonna be able to figure this one out based on what I've seen from me and you drawing. I'm just gonna let you draw it, and if Aspen can decipher it better than me or faster, that's cool. So I'm gonna let you draw.
Okay.
And I'll let you pick one of those you want to draw.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna draw a fictional character. Okay, that's whatever.
Catman,
Okay.
Catwoman.
Robin. Better.
Correct. Fan guy guessed Robin. Fan guy gets the win.
Oh my god!
Good job.
Sorry, Aspen.
No,
Hey,
it's
Aspen, I love you, and I didn't want to be in the spot, like legit.
Good job.
So guys, what do you guys think? Who's coming? Who's going? Who's coming?
I'm honestly not sure.
Me either.
Hey, baby.
What do you think, Mike?
I think everyone's I think Fan Guy's overestimating himself and is gonna feel more pressure. So maybe that's wishful thinking. Probably is, but
Well, we will see whenever they get here, or one of them gets here, I guess.
Oh,
Or-
Fan Guy's connected to audio.
There's treasure.
Challenges are interesting because it's not like the most competitive person.
Hey,
is
Fan
a
Guy.
Dictionary, you know.
Oh,
Welcome back.
oh, wait. Am I here? Oh, you took a shot and you missed. Oh, you three took a shot. All three, you took a shot and you missed.
I love that this is just, I don't know.
But all is also not lost for Aspen, because eliminated players will get a chance to get back into the game, and because Leo left the game, more than one player could be coming back.
I definitely feel confident that it is going to be the same exact situation.
When I get back in the game, I got a whole different strategy going in. I'm going in, willing to work with anybody, willing to do anything, do whatever it takes. So
I feel like I perform my best when my back is against the wall. I am a free agent and I'm ready to go whatever suits me best in my game. I don't know, I feel like that's gonna help me out when it comes time for the challenge to get back in the game.
Don't come for me if I didn't send for you.
He actually offered to work with me, like, hallelujah.
I feel like that's bad.
And I'm gonna throw the competition
Oh shit!
so that you guys win and y'all can vote Mike out.
I am willing to do extreme things to get players I dislike out of the game, and then say like Q and I can team up and choose to like eliminate his partner, which will most likely be Mike.
If Fan Guy and Mike go in, don't put my black ass in and sacrifice to fucking try and save Fan Guy. I'm not gonna fucking what?